for me, I think the digital journeys and the technologies and the stuff that we have, the tool sets we have to play with today, actually puts us into a position to solve many of the stuff. And it comes back to, I mean, our organization this year we will have done our 180th year end. When we're just wrapping up the numbers now, results presentation in a month or two, it's 180 years of history. Now, if you think about what makes organizations survive over 180 years, obviously, clearly along the way, you would have had to tick a few boxes and I guess some stuff, but mostly we rely a lot around the reputation. Certainly our industry, banking or financial services, I mean, you cannot survive without this thing called trust. And the tools along the way have changed. People have come up with different ways and techniques of doing this stuff. But ultimately, it's about, have you got yourself an organization that can deal with these type of questions with the tool sets that are available at any point of time. And I guess we want to be around for another 180 years. So none of us want to be around to say, again, now, why did we stop? It's because we lost our way. So I don't think we must be scared of the technology. I actually think we must be unbelievably, we must count ourselves as very blessed and and appreciate the fact that we've got so many tools. And I think what we reflect on a lot in our organization is how do we clearly make this ethics and trust and I guess capabilities around building trust with our customers, and to entrench that very, very deeply so that whatever comes at us, we can deal with. There's a real, I guess, simple dipstick tests that you could put to yourself, no matter which tools you apply and what we did. I think banks have always been, I guess, working on this trusting. We've always been hated. I mean, no one loves a bank, right? But people must be able to trust banks. And I actually think the solutions to many of these challenges in the world lies in those ability to actually leverage the financial sector a lot more. A lot of the authentication and risks and controls and solutions that people need into this world. Why do people not log into certain things and not give the information to certain places? Because it's hard to build that trust. Your products actually are very good, but the platforms are hard to trust. And I think the financial sector has to play a much bigger role to facilitate, almost like at a utility level, much more trust in how digital can actually be used. And I think we must also reflect on what we shouldn't go into, because often you go into like, no, we've got so many powerful tools, but there's spaces that you shouldn't go into and there's spaces you should go into. So as an example, I think all of you here might have by now experienced some time where the bank phones you and says, is this your transaction or wasn't your transaction? Those are great ways of using technology to support the notion that people want to be looked after and feel in their vulnerability, actually feel looked after and defended. But at the same time, you have that same amount of data and you know exactly what's happening. There's other things you shouldn't go into. So the example, 180 years into it now, we just about next week, we're going to launch the world's best online dating site. Very cool. Nice to you. That's how it would work. You log into online banking, and there's a tab there for people with money and people without. So we can make it. We can do so much stuff with our platforms. Yeah. The challenge in trust and ethics and stuff is, where do you go and where don't you go?